What if the song that pumped up an NBA crowd came from someone who lived a life far more complicated than the average athlete's? After a long, difficult journey, including time in prison, John Forté didn't just get back into music. He wrote a song that became the anthem for an entire franchise's rebirth. Today, we're not just talking about a melody you've heard before tip-off. We're exploring the life behind it, the personal transformation that inspired it, and how a quiet Brooklyn theme became part of NBA history. Main body: informative, contextual, high retention. Most Nets fans in 2012 likely didn't know the full story behind the song that played as players took the court. Brooklyn, something to lean on, became synonymous with the Brooklyn Nets' inaugural season at Barclays Center, playing before every home game as part of the team's elaborate introductions. The song quickly became an unofficial anthem for both the team and the borough. But the EOS man behind the track wasn't just any composer. He was John Forté, a Brooklyn native, Grammy-nominated artist, and former member of one of hip-hop's most influential movements. The story of Forté's life reads like a journey through music, redemption, and reinvention. Early career and musical impact. John Forté first gained widespread recognition as part of the circle around the Fugees in the 1990s. He was known not only as a rapper, but also as a versatile songwriter and producer with classical training and deep ties to New York's music scene. His contributions helped shape the sound of some of the era's most acclaimed hip-hop music, and his work on albums like The Score with the Fugees brought him Grammy recognition. Forté's early career also reflected a rare blend of musicality and street sensibility, a combination that allowed him to work successfully across genres and with a variety of artists. Even as hip-hop evolved, his reputation as a thoughtful creator and collaborator endured. Challenges and transformation. Despite his success, Forté faced significant personal challenges. A legal conviction in the late 1990s led to years away from the mainstream music industry, and he served time in prison. During this period, Forté reflected deeply on his life, his choices, and his purpose in music and community engagement. His eventual release was not just a return to freedom, but a chance to rebuild his creative life in a new way. Forté spoke in later interviews about the way this period shaped his worldview and informed his art, focusing on themes of transformation, responsibility, and resilience, themes that continued to shape his work throughout his later years. Brooklyn, something to lean on. A new chapter. In 2012, the burgeoning Brooklyn Nets franchise was looking for something that could represent both the team's fresh beginning and the spirit of the borough itself. They turned to Forté, a native son with deep roots in the community and a broad musical palette. The result was Brooklyn, something to lean on, described by team officials as more than a simple theme song, an anthem that captured the energy, diversity, and pride of Brooklyn. The track featured the famous Brooklyn chant and was designed to energize fans as much as players in the Barclays Center. Musical collaborators like DJ and music supervisor J. helped adapt and remix the song for live game presentation, integrating custom edits that made the anthem a dynamic part of the Nets' home game experience. For Forté, the song wasn't about commercial success. It was about connection. He wanted something that spoke to both the fans and the culture of the borough, an idea that clearly resonated in a place where music and identity are deeply rooted. Life after music and family. After the success of the Nets anthem and other creative pursuits, Forté's life was grounded just as much outside the spotlight. In 2015, he met and later married Lara Fuller on Martha's Vineyard. Together, they raised 2 children, a daughter, Ren, and a son, Hailey, and built a family life that became a central source of meaning for him. Beyond arena soundtracks, Forté continued writing, producing and contributing to film and documentary soundtracks. His final album, Vessels, Angels and Ancestors, was released in October 2021 and reflected the maturity of his musical journey. Throughout his later years, Forté remained active in the local arts community, speaking openly about personal growth, gratitude, and the importance of artistic expression. Friends and collaborators described him as someone who carried both the wounds and the wisdom of his experiences into every creative endeavor. Passing and legacy. John Forté died at the age of 50 at his home in Chilmark, Massachusetts. According to reports, authorities noted no immediate signs of foul play, and an investigation by the state medical examiner was underway at the time of reporting. His passing drew tributes from musicians, fans, and communities eager to honor the impact of his work. From his contributions to landmark albums in the 1990s, to the song that became part of NBA culture in Brooklyn, his musical footprint is wide. Outro, next action. John Forté's story reminds us that music isn't just about hits and fame. It's about connection, place, struggle, and the ways we find meaning in our work. His anthem for the Nets became more than a pregame tune. It became part of a cultural moment in Brooklyn, touching countless fans even if they didn't know the name behind it. So the next time you hear a song become a backdrop for celebration or identity, ask yourself, whose life and journey helped bring that sound into being? Music can be a mirror. In Forté's case, it reflected not only a borough's pride, but a person's resilience,